Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Spark of Genius Flesh and Blood production. Another episode here in the Pro Tour Prep series, where we look at different CC games as well as different kind of discussion videos in the lead up to the Pro Tour in May. I believe mid-May is when May 12th. I believe May 12th to 16th. I believe this whole weekend there.
16 is the dates. Yep.
Yeah, and so as always, I'm joined by Rob, my co-creator, co-commentator, co-caster, co-compatriot, and we got the second, I think it's the second CC game we're posting as far as this series goes, and this is going to be Viserai versus Briar, the runeblade slapfest. And the reason we're bringing this out is the matchups we're trying to put on this series are assuming Starvo will not be like the
As
boogeyman
relevant,
of the
I guess.
Yeah, as relevant. Like these matchups are kind of assuming Starvo is not in the picture, either not nearly as strong as it used to be, or it's just like the decks don't have to like put stuff just to deal with him, like unmovables and stuff like that. And so we're going to be assuming Starvo is really no contest in this kind of idea. And so essentially what that means is going to be playing out matchups that we think maybe the deck is tier 1.5, or the deck was like top 8ing but not as constant as like Starvo was, essentially, as far as conversion rates. As far as this Viserai build here, this is going to be more of a tempo-oriented build, and the reason for this, and so the build lists will be in the description. I've done a couple things to reflect the fact that Starvo is no longer going to be like that big of a deal in the meta, and so I've taken out things like Unmovable and made it slightly less OTK-ish on as far as the sideboard goes, but that doesn't mean I don't have any defense reactions. This list is definitely a list that can go tempo/mid-range, and so I do have cards that are for those strategies depending on the matchup. And so I'm going to start with a couple of the key cards and then the sideboard that I've taken out. I don't have all the sideboard cards available with me, I just didn't have time to grab them, but I will note the ones that I believe that weren't sided but should have been sided out. I just don't have the physical card in front of me. And so for Viserai on this side, the cards that I have taken out or like not used in the side is 1 Runic Reclamation. The reason is I do run the other 2. However, 3 Runic Reclamation is really only for Prism because of the impact that a well-timed Runic can have on that deck. We do run 2 because that is Briar, meaning they do have embodiments, they do have channel, sometimes they do have a rune chant, and so they have a lot of aura targets that you can target with Runic Reclamation. I've taken out 2 blue Spellblade Assaults. We do run, I believe, 1 Spellblade Assault blue. The blue Spellblade Assaults are more for the OTK strat, or more of like the slower strat. I don't really want them in tempo that much because they don't really do as well as some of the other blue cards I have. And that's kind of the reasoning for that. Same thing with 1. So we run 1 red Spellblade Assault and we side out the second one. And again, same kind of reason. Like as far as the red cards, this one is the least priority. It doesn't mean it's not a good card. However, I needed to cut 1 red card to fit in some of the other red cards I had. And Spellblade Assault was the cut. This deck runs 1 Ninth Blade, I believe. 1 Ninth Blade with Blood Oath. 1 or 2? I think it runs 1. And so we side that out. Again, more of a setup OTKE turn. It is something to note that I will be trying not to pop Skeletor on, like we're trying not to use the Sonata OTK strat with Skeletor, as nobody is really sure if they're going to hit that either. Because hitting Starvo and not hitting Viserai will just mean Viserai will retake kind of that spot from Starvo.
That's
because
front
Sonata,
seat.
because Skeletor Sonata is still pretty busted. So another reason we kind of took this matchup. So I'm going to be trying very hard not to like Skeletor Sonata with like
resist
20
with
rune
all your being.
That's not my strat into Briar. So that's part of the reason why we are doing this, is because that's not really a thing that I want to be doing. Taking out 3 red Runeblood incantations, same kind of idea. We're not really looking to set up like that. Taking out 3 red Reduce. This is for like mid-range, so if you're playing against something like Guardian, possibly Chain, where you can't necessarily race as well. Also taking out the 3 red Sink Belows. I don't have them in front of me, but I know they're in the list. Same kind of idea. So you run 3 Reduces, 3 Sinks as far as the package goes for the mid-range package. And we're also not running CNC. CNC is in the list. The reason is because I needed a replacement for Unmovable. And there were kind of some different options floating around. And I think the CNC in the tempo matchup. So if we're playing against decks like Katsu, extremely good. Decks that really are still playing against Lexi. I really love CNC into Lexi. And so CNC does have such a wide range of utility. This deck plays double yellow lead the charge and one blue lead the charge, so you can give CNC go again, and kind of different combos like that. We're not playing them in this matchup because that slot is taken by Runic Reclamation. I don't really want to run both. It's really one or the other. And so in this matchup, we're running the Runics, not the CNCs. But in other matchups, you just replace that card with CNC. And that's what I've been tinkering with. Again, this is by no means a proven deck because everyone's just like Skeletor Sonataing as their win con for a lot of the games. But key cards in the matchup, Mordred, Revel, and Swarming. I'm going to go very briefly just on all three of them. These just go so well together. And that's kind of why they're here. Mordred just enables all your go wide turns to go even wider, because when you generate the rune chance, you do gain the discounts on things like Amplify, Rune Flash, and you can use Skeletor to bring out some of those cards for free, especially if you have a card like Dread Triptych. Maybe you want to play with a Mordred Tide. Very, very good card off Mordred Tide. Doesn't get a discount inherently, so you can add a discount to that. You can add a discount to Rattlebones, which has historically, like when Crew came out, when you had Skeletor Rattlebones, but he didn't have Sonata, a lot of the times you are Skeletor targeting the Rattlebones because it's so good, right? So that 2 cost is 0 cost, and then you bring out whatever, and that's free also because it's attack action. So that's also kind of something I'll probably look to be doing. Revel and Swarming, same kind of idea. Revel is just very, very good. It's a 0 for 5 off Viserai because of Viserai's ability. It creates another rune chant. Enables creepers really well. It does enable obviously Skeletor Sonata after it. I'm not gonna be doing that, but same kind of idea. Swarming is just a 0 for 3 automatically. If you play a non-attack before it because of Viserai creating the rune chant. But of course we are running the Grasp too, so if we're able to create a rune chant, play a non-attack, and play a Swarming, it'll come in for 4 go again with the one rune chant, which is pretty good. Equipment wise, we are running the Null one with the Arcane one with the Crown of Dichotomy. We are not running Vexing, we're running Grasp instead because Briar does hit very hard, and there are a couple on hits that I actually do want to block, such as Snatch. Very important kind of blocks there to stem the tide as far as tempo goes. So we are running the Grasp Skeletor to try to fully block something, and if I need to block with a 3 block and then another 4, I can block a 7 for Channel Mount, so a Snatch powered by Channel Mount. I usually want at least one good block out of those, and so we're going to be running that as far as armor. We're running Creepers. You could run what else we have? You could run something like a Suede Hides instead if you really feel like you want to have the attack reaction speed and you don't want to have to play another non-attack to have to if you only have one non-attack in hand, then the Suede Hides are better than the Creepers because you don't have anything to actually use the Creepers on. However, we're going with the Creepers just because it also gains the 1 block, and so that 1 armor actually might be super, super relevant in the Briar matchup, and that's kind of the reasoning for most of this. And so that's what I'll be playing here. I believe I am running 60 cards into the Briar.
Yeah, I saw your removed card pile was pretty high there, so I'm assuming you're running pretty low on your deck a little bit. Yeah, okay, so onto the Briar side. So no surprise, we are playing the Channel Mount Heroic. This is probably the key card of the deck. As long as I can pair this with blue cards that are also Earth, this card can stick around for 1 or 2 turns. It'll buff all of my 0 costed cards by 3, including Snatch and a bunch of other ones. So it is probably the best card in the deck. He is running Runic, so I gotta kind of be careful to not play into one of those if I see it, and kind of be careful a little bit. But it's a very threatening card into this card. If I have Channel Mount out, I want to keep my whole hand, but into a Runic, it's I gotta block it now. So it really hurts the strategy. Next card we have is Revel and Runeblood. An excellent card in Briar because in Briar it's very easy to get the go again on your attack action cards, which means I don't have to rely on the creepers to get that extra action point after I've already played an attack. So built-in go again with my lightning auras, of course. Next and lastly, we have Sonata. Quite a few cards could have gone into this slot, but Sonata is just such an easy non-attack action card to play. You almost always just smack it down whenever you see it. It'll enable the embodiment of lightnings with Briar if I play another non-attack action afterwards. Free Arcane Ping, hopefully, and draw a card if I'm lucky. So an excellent card in Briar. Almost always just play it down when you draw it. And for the equipments, we are running Null 1, especially into Viserai. You cannot get away with not running Null 1. So Crown of Dichotomy coming in.
We are running me you don't want to auto lose. Is that what you're telling me?
I'd like to block your 20 rune chance if possible, or at least half of that. I mean, speaking of blocking rune chance, I am running about 22 blues in this deck, so it's a bit high. I mean, it's not high, but there's a good chance I'll have at least one per hand.
For an aggro deck, it's high.
Yeah, it's mostly because I have Channel Mount
Yep.
in the deck, so I do want to guarantee to be able to play it. But anyway, the Final Spring Tunic coming in, I am not playing Skeleta. I think Skeleta is pretty much not really played in Briar anyway, because you don't really generate rune chance that often. You have Revel, but that's the only way you can really do it besides the Grasp. So yeah, not really played. So Tunic is going to be the armor slot for the chest piece, and a very good card because I do have some one-costed cards that could just come in for free, which is great. And we are playing Snapdragons. Just for that one kind of get out of jail free card, if I don't have a way to create an embodiment of lightning, at least Snaps can come in once to help me out with that. But generally, I'm going to be looking to play 2 non-attacks into, attack.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, the Grasp, of course, best glove piece you can put here. There is the Vexing Quill Hand, which you could use, but in CC it's a little tricky. I would have preferred Grasp over the Arcanite Skullcap if I had to pick one slot to put the null 1 on, just because you can still create rune chance with the Grasp, and breaking the Vexing means I just lose to any blowout turn that he has, so not really worth doing that. Of course, we're playing Rosetta, the only weapon you play really in Briar and most runeblades nowadays.
Yep.
Yeah, as for the sideboard, the cards that I'm not playing specifically, so we have the Unmovables. We don't play that into Viserai, of course, unless I want to block the Runic, but that's the only real reason you'd play it. I'm not playing Exude Confidence. It's a good 0 cost for attack, but there are better ones that I can play in its place. And lastly, we are not playing our own Runic Reclamations because I don't need to break any of your auras. I'm gonna, your rune chance aren't even that.
You don't want to break one of my rune chance.
Threat. Nah, not worth for 3 costs.
That's fair.
And yeah, that's what I've got for Briar.
Yeah, it should be noted that that Briar list is not updated for like a post-Starvo meta, so those unmovables are still in the Briar list.
Yes.
So that definitely has
this
room
list
to be
was taken. I will explain. This list was taken off FabDB. This was taken from one of the recent ProQuest. I believe this was second place in a ProQuest. I believe it was Indonesia. So yes, this is not tuned for post Starvo errata or ban if he does get banned.
Yeah, but in this particular case, doesn't matter too much. There also is something to be said about running Skeleta in the Briar list just to play it against decks like Ice Lexi, Lexi in general, Ice decks such like Oldhim, where that Tunic, the block and that Tunic counter is going to be a lot harder to proc because of things like Frostbite and Channel and all that kind of thing. So there is something to be said to run Skeleta in Briar. In this matchup, though, I totally agree with Rob. You need the Tunic, like the one free mana every energy pitch every 3 turns. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna be rolling for first and second. I got a 8.
I got 5. Okay.
8 is bigger.
One of the rare occasions where you can decide to go first or second.
Yeah.
I don't feel strongly about either really, unless I draw a Channel Mount turn 1. But either way, I'll probably just keep it.
Yeah, so this is a little bit interesting. Usually in most Viserai builds, you just straight up go first because you can create rune chance. Based on my game plan here, it's second is probably a little bit better. However, I'm still going to go first.
Okay.
It could be wrong, so I think going second has merit also.
It does depend a lot. Yeah, exactly. It depends a lot on what
the issue is Viserai with 4-card hands going second has like a questionable amount of damage it can output round 2, and then Briar could just ignore it, come in with Channel Mount and just like crush your soul. So we're going to see if that was the right play here. So this is okay, well, I got turn 1 Mordred, I guess. I'm just going to play it.
Okay.
That's turn 1 Mordred, and I'm going to be following it up with a Sonata Arcanix.
Yikes. Turn 1 Sonata Mordred. Okay.
So yeah, it creates 2 rune chance. It's a non-attack, right? So I'm kind of okay with that. So we're going to see what I can see here. No pitch for it, so it's just going to be X to 0.
Yeah.
So we have a Spellblade Assault, which is really good. And oh my god, that would have been my turn 2.
The other Mordred?
Yeah, that would have been my turn 2 just off this. That's actually pretty good. I only have 1 attack option, the Spellblade Assault, so I will grab it. This will be pinging you for 1 Arcane.
Yeah, I will be pitching for that Arcane. I'll pitch my Force of Nature, block 1.
That makes sense. So now that I have a Spellblade Assault, things are a little different.
My embodiment's up here. Okay.
Yeah, there's something to note that I didn't have. My hand was all red, so I
Oh,
couldn't have created a rune chant off grasp, even though I wanted to pitch for the grasp.
fair enough. Yeah.
I couldn't have, so that's something to note. I'm gonna pitch the Spellblade
Mhm.
Assault for a Spellblade Strike.
Okay. So coming in for 2 rune chance then.
Still coming in for 2 rune chants, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming you block those. I will
Let's.
be creating
Yeah.
2 rune chants off the Spellblade Strike itself because I'm Mortar Tide, and
Yep.
2 off the Viserai. So I'll be creating
So 4
four,
banked. Okay.
four off the back.
And this will be coming in for 4, I believe.
2 and 4. Yeah.
Well, I blocked the 4. Yep. So I'll block for 5 more with CNC and a Captain's Call blue.
Yep, that's fine. I will arsenal last card. So I chose to, instead of pitch 2 reds for assault, which would have given me 1 extra rune chant. I decided to play the Spellblade Strike to make it a little bit awkward if he does have cards he doesn't want to block with.
Yeah.
And
I agree with
so
that play.
it's just 4 rune chants, 2 off the back, which sets me up nicely for next turn.
Exactly. Okay, 1 Tunic counter.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start off by playing, Ravenous Rabble coming in for. Hey, it's a Sonata off the top, so it is coming in for 4. I'm sorry, it is 4 damage. Yes, we'll go again.
So you have 3 cards in hand because you went second.
Yes.
I take the vanilla here. And
Yeah,
what I
the
mean by
vanilla.
take the vanilla is there's no on hit I'm really caring about here. So I'll take the 4. You get an embodiment.
Yep, that sounds good. Thank you.
As I said kind of at the beginning, I'm really waiting for like the on hits because you do have a couple key ones that I really need to be blocking, such as one of those CNCs that you block
Go
with.
with, yep, let's go with
Alright,
another
looks
Ravenous
like,
Rabble for 4 more. I won't even look at the top.
I'm gonna go down to 32.
I will react actually and add a lightning press to that, going in for 7 damage.
I will go down to 29.
I'll arsenal this card past you.
That's
I had
pretty good.
no non-attacks to play this turn.
Yeah, that's because you usually want to try to Rosetta, right? But like in this particular case, you just
I
can't.
would have if I
Yeah.
did play something before that. Exactly.
Yep.
All right.
So 11. I'm actually pretty happy going to 29 because I feel like that could have been a lot worse if you had an on attack. Especially if you played a Sonata, got another attack action, then came in for like 15 plus.
Yep.
So this is good because I do have a much more balanced hand this time around, which is nice. I will be starting with a Mauvrian Skies Yellow.
Okay.
Really good card. I do run a couple of these because the on hit is just so good. Couple options here. I'll just be playing Amplify the Arcanite from Arsenal, which is the card I arsenal first, and because I have the 4 rune chances coming in for free.
Yeah. That's quite good.
And I'll create 1 rune chant off the back. That has go again off Moth Skies. If it hits, I'll create 2 rune chants. And Briar really hates blocking, especially that kind of build, because a lot of your attack actions block for 2, and your non-attacks you need for the Rosetta / your
My
action
embodiment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is a
I'll start
4,
off
4 arcane and 6.
I'll take the 4 arcane for sure.
Yep.
And then it is 6 more damage on hit. Create 2 rune chants and go again.
Yep. I have 3
that's
cards left.
That's a freaking strong hand. I'll take the 6. No block.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. Go to 3 rune chants.
Yep. Go to 3 rune chants. Does that change anything? I think he wants to keep his hand, so I'm just gonna try to like do maximum DiMaggio, as they say in Italy. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's definitely a thing, right? Okay, sure. So I'll play a blue Mauvrian Skies, breaking the chain.
So creating 1 more rune chant off of that.
Rune chant, exactly. Part of the reason why you didn't have any pitch, so I know like you're probably taking on this arcane, so I might as well.
Yeah.
And then I have another Spellblade Strike, pitching a blue. And so this is going to be coming in for... So this is going to create 1 off the back.
4 rune chants. And that's a red, so coming in for 4, I believe.
4 and 4, 1 on hit from Blue Mauvrian Skies. And I have 2 floating.
Yeah. No go again. Oh, you played Marvin. I'm sorry.
I do have go again. So I'm going to make him pay for this one.
Yeah. So I'm not going to block the rune chants like you kind of guessed.
Yep. Take it 4.
Unfortunately, my hand is like all red, so there's really no point to blocking any arcane.
Same.
And I will take the 4. Yeah. If I had Skull Cap, I would use it here, but don't have that.
So this actually created 2 rune chants, right? Because
it creates 1 by its own ability.
Yeah, 1 by its own ability, 1 off Viserai, so I created 2 off that.
Yes.
And then 1 more
now
off the
Mauvrion.
hit, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm at 3.
Yep.
Just make sure I remembered everything. Yep. Now it's just gonna be Rosetta, and this Rosetta is
Yeah.
gonna be painful because it's 3, 2, and 2. So we're doing
Oh man.
we're doing Viserai things without needing Skeleton. So this is called tempo.
I know, right? So that's 7 more damage, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. So again, the arcane, I can't block any of that. So I'll take the 5.
Yep.
And I mean, 2 physical. Yeah, I'll just take that as well. No point to blocking this early anyway.
Casual.
Don't have husk or anything, so I don't have to worry about
uh,
my health total that much.
Casual 25 turn 2.
Yeah, without even needing Skeleton.
I mean,
I did have banked.
Yeah, I had the 4
chance,
banked,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, a shame that I couldn't really utilize my embodiment of Earth that well this turn, but that's okay. It'll happen. Okay, Tunic to 2.
Yep.
Let's start off with, of course, a a Sonata from hand.
Yep.
Let's flip top 3. I get Force of Nature into Coax a Commotion. All right. Into Tome of Harvest. So I will take the Coax.
Coax it is.
Take 1 Arcane. I do shuffle, of course.
Yep. No reason not to take the Arcane here. He's not running meet and greets and rattle bows and stuff.
Yeah, there's no punishment for taking Arcane.
Exactly. No reason to blocking an early Arcane.
Yes. Oops. Yeah, the arcane damage potential of this deck is very low, so you don't really run cards that really benefit from it.
That's reasonable.
Okay, let's go for a. Oh, I pinged 1, right? So Embodiment of Earth.
Yep.
I'll take that.
I'm at 28.
Let's go with Lightning Surge. 4 go again.
Sure, it's from Arsenal, right?
It is, yeah. So it gains the go again by default.
I'll take 4 here.
Okay. I will then play a Revel, creating the Embodiment of Lightning.
Yep, so it's 4 enchants on that.
So I'm going to create 4 enchants. Let's just put that here.
Yep. Hence why I said this matchup is just a runeblade slapfest.
Brace yourself. Yeah, exactly.
Brace yourself. Got it.
Okay. Let's yeah, this is kind of crazy. Let's go with a Coax a Commotion. Built-in go again. Go again built in, and I guess you know what I want from this, but
I do.
I'll change my mind.
There's something to be said about blocking this with armor. However, Snatch would be really bad.
I think there are better on hits, but because my turn isn't really ending after I play this.
I do have like a 9 life lead here, and so he's gonna have to start blocking eventually. I just have to figure out what in my hand is actually worth,
Yeah.
keeping.
You might want to deal with the rune chance first. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring that up. So 4 rune chance before this.
I'll take the 4 rune chance. That's
no pitch. Okay. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I will block with Skeleton Grasp just so the Skeleton is active if I want to use it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
So if he has a react, I'll force that out of him. If not, then he won't get any on hits.
There are no reacts for me.
Yeah.
Let's do.
Also, while you're thinking about it, it is important to note that I don't want any of those on hits. Like, I don't really particularly need the card, nor the quicken, nor anything. So it's really just like the life is the life. I'm actually okay with the life.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, and you kept every card in your hand, correct? So 4?
I did. Yep.
Okay. Let's do a Snatch.
Yeah.
Let's go Snatch.
I had a feeling that was like coming up here, but
yeah.
So
that was the card I did want to give go again. Unfortunately, cannot now, but well, I can, but
you can burn it. That's not even that bad. I'm gonna say no blocks move to reaction.
Okay. No rune chance from you, which means I don't know if you're even running reduced to rune chant, but I am going to react. I'll give it go again. Let's break the snaps.
Yep, okay. I'll take 4 there.
Draw a card. So I'm at 15, you're at 16?
Yes.
Let's go Scar for a Scar off the top for 4 more.
Off the top? Jesus.
Yeah, off the top.
Some dirty
1
stuff.
1 health
there.
lower too. Yeah, that's
I'll
quite
take 4.
dirty. Okay, and now I should probably pitch for Rosetta.
Or you Arsenal.
Pretty low.
Those are your options. You either Arsenal or you pitch for Rosetta.
Exactly.
It depends on how
I play the card.
Oh, you play it. Yeah, it depends on how good the card is, right?
Yeah, it's probably worth playing at this point. Rosetta's 2 and 2. Let's go with Coax a Commotion again for 4.
Yeah, I'll take 4.
Okay. I will take the draw card. I'll just see what I get off the top. So you'll draw as well in
So I
this
draw
case.
as well. Yep.
Yeah. No go again, so I will arsenal this and pass it
Yep.
to you. Yeah. Brand
Yeah.
card is dangerous, of course, because I'm buffing your hand, but...
Yeah, you gave me a solid card, I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-oh.
It's like one of the best cards you could have given me. You gave me a swarming glib veil.
Oh, come on.
I'll take it.
I gave him a pretty good card too, but the trade-off probably wasn't worth it.
Now, what do I want to do? There's a couple things I can do here. I think I'm just gonna start with Sonata to see what I can see, because I have the extra card as backup, and then the swarming would get go again anyways. So I'm just gonna exit 0.
Sure.
So become Dread and
you got
Flash.
Okay.
So my options are Dread Triptych or Rune Flash here. Oh, that's dirty. All right, I think I found the line.
Okay.
Took me a solid minute, but I can edit that out.
Yep.
I'm taking the Rune Flash.
Oh, okay.
Dang. I think I actually have enough, which is very disgusting. You're gonna see what a true rune blade can do. What the OG
Shots
rune blade
fired.
can do. The OG rune blade can do.
The first one. Okay, I'm ready. Kind of. I took the one arcane.
Oh, you did? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I won't block that.
Yeah, it didn't really change my decision.
Okay.
I don't really need the one arcane to do what I need to do.
Fair.
I don't have meet and greet in hand. Otherwise, it would have mattered, I guess.
Yeah, it would have, exactly. But I feel you can get the arcane through eventually. Just create a few more and I won't block them.
That's true. It's so crazy having 5 cards in hand. Then I realized you're Cokes.
Yeah. I definitely regret giving you that one card. I should have just taken the Quicken or something, but that's okay. It is what it is.
I will.
So coming in.
Swarming here.
That's fair.
So creating 1 off Viserai and it's coming for 3 go again.
3 go again is fine.
Is banished. Oh shit! What happened to my other Sonata? I didn't banish it. Whew. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
I'm standing by my words. I'm just using them. I'm not waiting. I'm not putting it in the arsenal and waiting for a crazy skeleton.
Yeah. All right. Well, 3 go again. That's fine. I'll block for 3 with a sting. I realize that I am on the back foot here. At least I'm on the defensive position right now because that hand is going to be insane.
Yep. I'm going to activate creepers here.
Okay.
So I have 2 floating. I pitch a blue shrill.
Okay.
2 creepers. Read the runes. I will create 4 rune chants off Read the Runes.
Yeah.
Because I played Sonata, so Viserai is on, so I'm at 5.
Yes.
Still have 1 action point. Because of the swarming, I can go again.
Right.
I'm then going to crack Skeleton. With the discount being 5. I will use Rattlebones.
Nice.
I've done Arcane, so I actually get 2 action points off that.
There's the consequence right there to not blocking Arcane.
It's true. It's fair. So I get 2 action points. I will, and that's free because of the Skeleton.
The discount off of Skeleton.
So my next attack action is free. If I had a 9th blade, that would be so good because 9th blade would be free, but I don't.
It would be free.
I sided it out, so I don't have 9th blade.
You did. Okay. Yeah.
I don't have it. Yeah.
You're not even running it. Oh, you did. You have 1.
No, I have 1, and I sided it out. I will be grabbing Spellblade Strike instead.
Sounds good.
That Rattlebones is going to create 1 rune chant.
Sounds good.
So I'm at 6 rune chants. The next guy is free. So I have 1 action point I will be using for Spellblade Strike. This is going to come in for 6 rune chants and 4 physical. It doesn't have go again, but I still have an action point left.
Yeah, the action point.
Yeah, it will be creating 1 off Spellblade Strike and 1 off Viserai as far as banked rune chants.
Yep, it's very nice. So I'll take the 6 rune chants. I'm not in a position to pitch, I think, but I will block the 4 with Force of Nature being buffed by the embodiment.
So you took the 6.
Yes, so we're 8/8. Exactly.
8/8. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. That works. How many cards in hand?
I've got 2 left.
Okay. So I have Rune Flash, which is really nice. So it only costs me 1 because I have 2 Rune Chants up.
Yes.
I'll be creating 1 Rune Chant off the back of that, and that'll be coming in for 2 Arcane and 4 Physical with Go again.
Crazy. So I'll take the 2 Arcane.
The skull does
Going to 6.
Yep.
So now I know that a Rosetta is imminent.
The Rune Blade. So playing Kano
Or...
helps with Rune Blade math.
Yeah, it does. Okay, well, the Grasp is probably coming in here. Let's block with a Coax for 2, and I'll add the Grasp to block fully for 4.
Sure. Rosetta, as you said, 1, 2, and 2 with my last floating.
Yes. I forgot there was a 1 there, but that doesn't change much, I guess.
I mean, you could take the 5 and go to 1, but I feel like without Arcane Barrier 2, the Rosetta kills you.
Yeah. The thing is, though, like, I gotta push back a little bit. I don't know if I can fully block. And you will keep the creepers for one more turn, I guess.
I have 2 more armor. So I have creepers and I have Grasp.
Yeah.
Hey man, you had a crazy turn? I got a crazy turn. It's only fair.
You had 2.
Yeah, the first turn was pretty good. Well, the second turn was good. Okay.
I'll just go to 1. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I was able to set up a pretty nice Rune Chant backing.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm pretty sure that was the correct line. If someone saw a better line out there with the cards I had, please feel free to let me know. I am always curious on Viserai lines.
Yep. Alright, Tunic to 3. Let's play Sonata.
Yep.
Kind of hoping. I kept this instead of blocking the Rosetta. Felt like this is a good play. Earthlore Surge, a CNC, which I have no resources to play.
Oh, that's your last card.
Oh, and E-Strike.
You have no cards in hand, right?
It's my last card.
Okay, so both of those attacks are a little awkward. So I'll be taking 1 Arcane here. Going to 7.
Yeah.
So you have an E-Strike and you have an Arsenal card. Okay.
Yep. So, just thinking if I want to play it, I probably do. You got 7. Ugh.
With a full hand, full grip, and 2 armor.
Yeah, I can't put enough pressure. The card I drew, E-Strike wasn't a good draw, obviously. Last card in hand, can't really keep it.
Yeah. Let's see.
I do have another. I have an E-Strike in my arsenal.
Oh.
So. Okay, so I'm putting the other E-Strike to the bottom. Doesn't really matter what I picked, I guess. No, 7 would be good because lethal, but you could block it with the Grasp, so it's not all that insane. Drawing a card would be nice for the arsenal, of course. I think that's pretty much what I want to do. Without pitch. Oh, I guess I could Rosetta for 2 and 2 if I choose the Go again.
If you choose the Go again. So you'd be coming in for 5 Go again, and then you'd be coming in for 9 total instead of 7.
Yeah, that's probably worth more than drawing the card for the arsenal. So let me do that. I'll pick Go again. So coming in for 5.
Coming in for 5. Well, I obviously have to block because otherwise I don't lose to Rosetta, but it's very awkward.
Yeah. My goal is to put enough pressure so that you can't really Rosetta, but it's going to be a bit tough to stop that. At least with 3 cards, maybe you can't. Because you got to attack, non-attack into Creepers likely, and then pitch for Rosetta. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Doesn't really matter how I block here, so it's going to be 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so the Creeper's gone. I'm very happy about that. Maybe you have a built-in attack with Go again. I don't know. But I'll then spend the Tunic charge on Rosetta for 2 and 2.
I'll take the 2 and 2. So I'll go down to 2.
Okay. I will... I forgot the... Oh, the embodiment, you fully blocked the E-Strike, I believe, right?
I fully blocked the E-Strike.
So
I took the Rosetta. Yeah. I did that on purpose. Because if I'm going to block something, I want to block your...
Makes a lot of sense.
Block your thing.
All right, your turn.
Yeah, so how do I want to do this? You're at 1, so I literally just need to get the Rosetta off.
Yeah.
You're not running Arena's Prayer, are you?
No.
You crafty individual, you.
I'm not running that card, no.
Yep, that's fair. So I'm just going to be...
But if you have it, you have it.
If I have it, I have it. I'll be doing ye old Rattlebones. I have 2 floating.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, I have 1 floating. And then I'm going to be
Yeah.
grabbing the swarming.
I see the line. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
banishing swarming to play it. Create one rune chant to give it a go
Creator
again.
enchant. Yeah.
I still have one
Nope,
floating.
that's game. I'll play it out, I guess, but I'll pitch there's no rune chance coming in yet, so I'll just block
Not
here
yet.
fully for 3. Autumn's
Yep.
Touch.
Yep. Rosetta.
Yeah. Cannot block it. Funny enough, I drew a full hand of blue actually, it was good for blocking rune chance, but
Yeah,
I
you
had
need a
no threat
source
this
too.
coming turn here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
funny to note, if you were running Skullcap and Vec and Quillhand instead, or like Skullcap and some other source, you would have actually had enough to block because you have
Yep.
the blue. But like that's kind of impossible. That's like a weird situation to be in that deck, to have all blues. It's not impossible because you are running like a third of your deck is blue, so it's definitely possible. But
Yeah. It's a good chance of drawing blue, exactly.
you also have to draw all those blues because where you had the turn of all reds. It's like if you had that all red turn now,
All red and
you
all
know,
blue. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
that's that.
Yeah.
I think my last card was Mauverin's, guys, in case anyone cares. But that's like I was literally just be like, oh, I could pitch for the grass, make a root chant, and then the swarming comes in for 1 and 4 instead of 3. But if you needed to, but like
I did
this
still have
card
the
is
block,
also,
I guess. Well, I had the one block, but yeah, you still have the Rosetta, don't you? So it wouldn't have mattered.
yeah, I still have the Rosetta, which would have come in. This would come in for 1 and 4, and this would have come in for 1, 2, and 2 regardless. Yeah, 1, 2, and 2 regardless because of the swarming creating one. So that was the matchup. I'm fairly quick as far as like our matchups go. Obviously, we're like at 40 minutes just now. So a little bit of kind of post on this. I think this matchup went kind of how I thought. So going first was definitely the right play. So I was a little bit unsure, but like noticing the fact that you have so many strong turn 1 cards in Viserai, Mortar Types being good ones, Sonata, even Read the Runes, Spellblade Assault, Spellblade Strike, a lot of good cards that could generate rune chance really, really early. And getting that bank is like, you're not just making board state, you're making board state that can not only discount your own stuff, but also damage them, right? So it's like even the OTK build, when you have 20 chance and you're at 20 and they're at 40, you're really both at 20. Because a lot of the times in those OTK builds, they're going to be taking the full 20 and then they're going to be start to block your actual attacks. So similar idea with the tempo mid-rangey kind of build, but you just using them way quicker. So that game, obviously, I never. There was like once I think where I could have saved the Sonata like in Arsenal and build up some chance because I had to read the runes, so I could have built up and then waited for like a Skelda Sonata. But I think Skelda Sonata is not really super necessary, and there's also like not that many windows you'll get to play it because Rob had that one very big turn with he got the scar off the top and he was at lower life. I got the double coax commotion. You had I think lightning surge. I think you played 4 attacks.
I did lightning surge on top of the coax, I believe.
And a revel. You had a revel too. Yeah, so it was a pretty big.
Oh, it was on
swing to come
top. It
back.
was on top of the Ravenous Rabble. I think I lightning surged.
Yeah,
Oh no, I lightning surged into coaxes, but then I
You
also
pressed the
played
Rabble.
a press on the Rabble. Exactly.
That was the turn before. So
Yes.
he was able to also come up back with his own like 20 plus damage turn. So it
Yeah.
ended up being just
Very
whoever.
very nice and back and forth.
Yeah, I think the creepers really like worked wonders in this deck. So I definitely do. Just purely for the read the runes, honestly, it's just such a
Yeah,
good.
that was very good.
Because in tempo it's just a discount. It's just like a free, like you're spending 1 to gain 3 resources because you get the discount off like Skeleda, or you get the discount off Amplify or Rune Flash that all cost 3, right? So it's like a free one. So you're pitching 1 to use the creepers, but you also get the discount. So in my mind, it's like whenever I see red read the runes, I'm just like, shit, this is the creeper's turn. More likely than not, if I can be able to go even wider. Because even if you didn't give me the swarming Gloomveil, I still did have Rattlebones, so I still would have come up with like a lot of action points because I had the Sonata also, right? So I would have grabbed whatever I still grabbed the Rune Flash, so my turn is still big. It's not as big, but it's still big. And on top of that, it's like if Rob doesn't get the Arsenal, I think did you get E-Strike off the Arsenal?
I drew the E-Strike, exactly. Yeah, so
Right,
I traded E-Strike for Gloomveil.
Yeah, so to be fair, if Rob didn't get his Arsenal, then he's dead in the water when he gets his E-Strike / CNC on his Sonata. So he's actually trading fairly similar damage. Obviously, you can't know that, right? But like in hindsight, getting an E-Strike and Arsenal saved you a turn because you would have just been dead in the water without anything to do with it. So it's a bit of a weird situation, but I think I like. question mark. Like I like this Viserai build. However, we'd have to see how well it does into some of the other matchups, such as like old him and stuff like that, where like your OTK strategy, like if you're not able to, if the errata comes and you're not able to Skeleton Sonata, something like that, like is this build able to get through something like an old him or even like a Bravo the showstopper? Like I don't know. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the only caveat I would say with the new kind of Viserai, with making a new Viserai list, is make sure you remember your control matchups. Like there's obviously matchups like Chain, which we might another matchup we might play is Viserai versus Chain. I don't think we've done a Viserai versus Chain in CC before, so that might be something interesting to show, like a newer Chain build that also doesn't have to run the immovables with Starvo versus the Viserai doesn't have to run removables, and see who smacks faster, because I think Chain would actually smack faster because Husk is just a hell of a drug, right? So it's interesting to see the kind of runeblades duke it out, because I think all of them, like Briar could with an early channel mount, but even without an early channel mount, I'm at 3, and I was blocking some of this stuff.
I was gonna say, like, I didn't see the channel mount. I think I was gonna see it 2 turns later after I died, so not early enough. But that paired with a I mean, just paired with anything. It's pretty much
literally
good.
everything, and it's just like channel mount can
Everything
be a blessing,
synergizes so well with it.
a blessing or a curse. It's like, what if that all red hand had one of your reds being channel mount? Like it's kind of like, oh, you have less pressure. So channel mount is plus or minus. If you get super early turn 1, turn 2, going first turn 1, going first turn 2, very good. You arsenal it, you come out of the bat swinging there. But it's even without it, Briar is still Briar. Like Briar is still very good.
I really like the go again, just kind of built in is really nice. And so many of the non-attack action cards are just so, like, they flow so well together. You know, like, of course, the Sonata into pretty much like anything, and then play your Revels after. Yeah, exactly. So it's a very smooth deck to play. It's very buttery. It's just you got to make sure you get the right cards. You know, the channel mount is pretty much essential into Viserai, I would say. I don't think I was ever going to come out of that turn and swing back the next. My hope going down to 1 was that I could pressure you enough that you wouldn't need, or that rather you wouldn't be able to afford the Rosetta with 2 and 2 on it. But you know, I wasn't able to draw anything that crazy. Yeah.
No, that's fair. It is the last thing I'm gonna note here is Briar is probably one of the most safe rune blades, mainly because the way Briar uses cards like Revel, and doesn't use Skeleton Sonata, like it's similar to Chain in that aspect, whereas like that would be very more targeted to Viserai, whereas a hit into like the Skeleton Sonata combo doesn't really do anything. Like Briar still gets Revel, still gets Swarming, still gets Runic. Chain doesn't really use Swarming, doesn't really use, it can use Revel to some extent, can use Runic, but it doesn't use everything like Briar and Viserai do, whereas Briar is not even hit. So I really like Briar's kind of situation in a post May 2nd. Or maybe they do nothing to May 2nd. Starvo shits on everyone. I don't know, but we're assuming again for this series that Starvo is not going to be a main contender, and there's going to be some changes to Viserai, like the Skeleton Sonata we're trying not to do. So with that, appreciate everyone for watching. If you enjoy the content, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to get notifications on our beautiful giveaways. Of course, the next one being a 750. We're very close to 500 subs, by the way. We're about 8 subs away. So if you want to be part of history, part of the Spark of Genius historic mountain range, as Rob says for all his channel mounts, feel free to leave that leave a little sub for us. So we really do appreciate it. If you want to follow our Twitter, that is where we post our weekly content updates. We have a lot of really good stuff coming. I don't know if I know Rob's super excited. I'm super excited. We're gonna do a Pro Tour vlog. We're gonna have a lot of these beautiful mats to give out. It's gonna be quite nice with our slate of content coming out here. We got some nice interviews coming up too. I didn't mention that, but we're gonna be back on the interview train, of course. And if you have any suggestions for videos you'd like to see, please let us know. We take them very seriously. We have already done at least 3 videos off purely comments from both subscribers as far as our giveaway goes, and just people who comment in general. So we do take it to heart. If there's a matchup you want to see, if there's a topic you'd like to discuss, just let us know. There's a good chance we will take it in stride if we can actually do it appropriately, if we can give it justice there. So with that, wherever you're watching in the world, have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening.